Welcome everybody to another daily vlog. A vlog that happens daily, sometimes from the outside of the Alabama Museum, Pioneer Museum. It's a Pioneer Museum. Yeah, Pioneer Museum of Alabama. I just did a tour inside the museum, and I'm thinking on today's video, why not take you guys on the surrounding property area and see what they have outside. I'm pretty excited about this. Not just because when I first pulled up, I seen all this amazing stuff and the choo-choo train that's just beyond my truck, but seeing signs like this makes me think, wait a second. If you have to pay to see something, it's probably pretty amazing. On the inside of the museum, things aren't really well marked, but out here on the grounds, they do have quite a few signs. So you got this sign here, there's another sign down there, and I believe over by where I parked my truck, there was a sign for the stores and the businesses. Would you look at the size of this magnolia tree? Well, there's no magnolias on it, but it is a magnolia tree. Here we have the wow, how do you pronounce that name? Oh, I thought it was the house. It's a pine tree. It's a pine tree. That's what we'll call it. A pine tree. They had community wells back in the day where the town would just come, grab a bucket, and drop it into a big plastic vat. I'm assuming their vats would be filled with water. Out west, it's a little bit different. They drill holes way down into the aquifer and drop the bucket into that. But here in the south, they probably just let it rain, and that bucket would fill up with rain, and then you would take this bucket and put it in that bucket and pick up rainwater. Genius. Probably not what they did. It's all that well is just an illusion. It's probably not a real well. But this is probably a real log house. So look at this place. Ooh. Here's a kitchen. This is persimmons, peaches, apples, blackberries, watermelon rinds, and other fruits and vegetables are canned at home. They're canned. Well, you can see my camera, but you can't see the kitchen table that I can see, and we can't go in because the door is locked. It looks like all these doors are locked. We can't get into none of this stuff. And there's glass. Glass. I knew there was glass here. I didn't know there was glass here. But I remember last time I went to the Laramie, Wyoming Territorial Prison, the glass was so clean, I actually just walked right into it. So I know that buildings like this sometimes do this, even though it's really clean and there's no reflection right off the bat. And I didn't want to walk into any. I knew. I'm like a velociraptor that tests out the electric fencing. See, here you can tell there's glass. You can see little water drops and stuff. But as you turn to look through this log cabin, this is really clean. And I mean, this one here's really clean. I could have walked into that very easily. It's a picture perfect Alabama day. Picture perfect. So look at all this. So we got cotton. There's cotton right there. It's all this is all cotton. Look at this. This is what a cotton looks like before it opens up. It's like a hard ball. And then once it bursts, you'll get that. I never knew that. I never knew that cotton had these hard balls like that they were just, you know, I never knew it was like this. I always thought cotton just grew. Where's it at? Like that. I thought cotton just grew like that. I was wrong. Grounds here are pretty massive. They're actually almost large enough where I should probably be on my Segway. Look, a schoolhouse. Little baby Fred. Hey, guy. Hey. He ran off. Is this door unlocked? Can we go inside the schoolhouse maybe? It's a one-room schoolhouse. It looks like it. It looks like the door is wide open. Would you look at this place? No central heat and air in here. Look at this. And this was probably written on the school board long before the Constitution, because you do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, to all 48, well, no, it says 48 stars, and the Lord's Prayer. Was probably long before the separation of church and state, I'm assuming. That is a very scary portrait. Very scary. There needs to be an apple on this desk. Doing my best to kill my 30-minute break by doing a little bit of learning. And that schoolhouse was actually just the place I needed to be. And when kids, well, not kids, but old people, I'm much older than myself, tell you, back in my day, we had to trudge miles and miles and miles through yay feet high of snow just to get to school. They were lying. See where the schoolhouse sits and where the houses sit. It seems that the school was not as far as our grandparents led us to believe. Great-great-grandpa could be sitting here in this rocking chair and watch the children as they headed over to school. Is this open? Can we go in? No. The door is locked. They must be in school. Quite a few buildings on property, especially in this little section here. Not only do you have the school and these houses, it looks like there's some sort of barn over here with some equipment in it. Possibly where the rich people lived, or that could be a church. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't seen a church within this community yet, but that looks more like a rich person's house, because that cabin or house is painted white, where everything else is pretty much just wood or log. I have enough time to explore the entire property today. I'm just going to kind of do a quick walkthrough and maybe come back here another time. Now that I know I can get in here, I definitely will be back to explore some more. Look at this, Pools Bridge. This is awesome. Reminds me of Beetlejuice. Dog! Beetlejuice reference. Okay, so maybe our grandparents weren't lying so much after all, except for the school part. They never walked 5 miles in the snow to school, but maybe they did have to walk 500 or 600 yards from their house across the bridge to get to their place of worship. But the snow factor is probably non-existent, at least here in Alabama. Oh, let's see. It's a church. Aren't churches supposed to be open 24 hours a day? Just in case. Ooh, it is open. Wow. Would you look at this? Beautiful. No central heat and air in here neither. Look up at the ceiling. It probably did not withstand the Alabama afternoon rain showers like we get in Florida, because you could see the little holes. You could see the sky right through there. So if you were sitting in this pew Pew, 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 pew. I guess you have to wear a hat because you get rained on. The Lord is very strict. If you're into photography or anything like that, I think this place here would be amazing. Great selfie areas, almost as good as Epcot. Almost. I'm slowly going to start heading back towards the truck, kind of head on over through the forest on the other side here, and work my way back around some of the businesses that are in this small little town, and then head on to my destination so I can pick up my load, because I'm going to be leaving the heart of the South here this evening and heading up to Chicago, Illinois, where I don't think any of this stuff exists, though it is the beginning of Route 66. The only thing that would make this place better is if it was a little bit further off the road. That way we didn't get any noise pollution. The noise pollution is awful here. What type of contraption is this? What is this thing? Some sort of Miller. Let's see. Yeah, you turn. Don't know. Oh, honest, I don't know what that is. There's supposed to be fire in here though, and it looks like there's a little tube here. But what is that? What is this? With Halloween Horror Nights in my belt, well, I mean, I'm wearing swim trunks, so not in my belt, but in my past, the last couple of days have been fairly eventful for vlogging. I've been getting out and doing a lot more. I'm rejuvenated after 5 days off. And coming to places like this, it just rejuvenates you. I mean, look at this. Makes me realize that I'm really happy that I live in the time period that I live in at the moment with technology and all this other stuff. People are always going, you know, I'm going to turn off my technology for a month. I'm not going to use a cell phone. I'm not going to use social media. I'm not going to text. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to put it all aside. Why? Why would you want to do that? Why do you want to live? I mean, it would be pretty awesome living back then too, but we live in some pretty amazing times where we've advanced so far into the future. We have evolved, Ken Ham. We have evolved. Look at this. A smokehouse. What are you smoking here? What? I don't know what they smoke in there. What do they smoke? What is this back here? It's either a squirrel or a bird. I can't decipher the language. Look at this old steam engine. That thing is ginormous. If it was a squirrel, I think I just scared him off. Is that a tiger cage? A tiger trailer? I have no idea what that is. No idea. Definitely a very large piece of property. This place is, whoa, look at this. Would you look at this? It's some sort of stage. It's a stage. A pioneer stage. Okay, in yesterday's vlog, when we went inside this building up here, we seen a still. You go to the South, you're gonna see stills. Well, that's an alcohol still, whiskey or shine, whatever shine is. That's what that is. But did you know it had turpentine stills? Look at the size of that thing. I realized I was outside when a spider web went like this right across my face. And I didn't have my sunglasses on. That would have protected my eyes from the spider web. I have no idea what that building is, what that building is, what that building is. But I know what that building is. I'm going to save some stuff for my next trip. I'm not going to go explore this whole side. I'm going to go ahead and end today's daily vlog, head up to my truck. Well, maybe let's go inside this gas station real fast. Then I'm going to end today's daily vlog and save the rest of this place for further adventures. Let's see what they have going on inside Adam's General Store. I got spiderwebs hanging all off of me. Wow. 1-cent cookies. Would you look at those shoes? There's no Nikes up there. I don't even see a pair of flip-flops. But the shelves are actually really totally stocked. Raring to go for when this town starts to booming again. Well, everybody, I think I'm not going to sit in that chair. I was actually going to sit in that chair, but instead I'll just talk to you guys up here. I'm afraid I'll break that chair. I'm going to go ahead and end today's daily vlog as I'm still peeling spider webs all off of myself. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this place. And if you're ever in Troy, Alabama, it gets a thumbs up from me. It's definitely worth stopping and killing just a little bit of time. All right, everybody. Until the next one, love you all.